Datavault, which is a great app for just storing random bits of text and files that you accumulate over the day, and allows you to search for them very easily years later. Now, the way that works is that if you remembered something vaguely about the file or the notes or whatever you were working on 6 months ago, now you'll always be able to remember vaguely something. This allows you to do that, right? So let me demonstrate. First of all, that's the site datavault app.xyz. Download the installer. Okay, so you're writing some code and you want to take a copy of that, and that's on the clipboard, and then you go paste new. So you've got a note, right? And then some extra code there. And people do this all day long. There's a letter, and a legal letter. You might want that. That goes in there. And let's say some physics notes about an electric field. So you may well be doing some research on that. Okay, so we've got 4 files now. Okay, so let's say I want to remember something I was working on, an electric field subject years ago. Now in this case 4 notes is no big deal, but when there's thousands of them and 6 months ago, you won't remember, but you will remember something about it vaguely. So I was working on an electric field, right? So it brings that up again, right? In this case I was working on something to do with let's say surface area, right? So load them all, and I remember 6 months ago I was working on something to do with surface area. Type in a keyword, anything that's vaguely, you reckon it probably would be there, anything, right? There's always something that you would vaguely remember, and that will bring it up there, okay? And you can throw some files in as well, and it will also search the file names. So I'm going to go to the desktop, and I'll take these files here and I'll cut them so they're gone from the desktop. Go in here and then you open the files folder. So that's a folder specifically for this specific note. So that's its ID there, 1 underscore. So that correlates with the ID of the note. You don't have to worry about that. All you want to do is, there are all the files, and then you have to register those files into Datavault. So scan files. So they're all the files that we've just. So if I want to search later on, say for physics notes, now there's a bitmap in there, physics notes, right? So let me load all of them in there. So 6 months later, years later, I'm looking for something to do with that physics notes. I'll type in physics notes and it will find the file name. So it allows you to scan file names or the text for something vaguely familiar about 6 months ago. And that way you can just get rid of everything off your desktop and just keep dumping stuff in all the time, right? And that's very simple, but over time when you're gathering thousands of bits of information on the internet and files, it allows you to put them somewhere safe, and you can easily remember something vaguely familiar about that, and you'll be able. Now that's the key. Most other systems you'd have to have keywords or remember the file name or a date. This doesn't. You just fire everything in, and you're something about it ages ago, you're going to be able to get it, and that includes files, photos, anything you need. So you can dump your entire digital life in here, and you'll always be able to record it using a vague keyword from the remote recesses of your subconscious mind. So it's very easy, but very powerful at the same time. There are some buttons here. They're very self-explanatory. I'm not going to go into the details, but there's a limit on the unactivated of about 20 records, and you can sign up for $5 a month, and if you go into the settings, at the moment there's no account email set. Go into the